Yes. Now, do you have copies of both of the restraining orders in your files?
I can pull it up, yep.
Okay. Can you please take a look at the first one that you have?
Do you have a date?
Hold on one second. Here's one, here's the other. The timestamp on the first is September 22nd.
Okay, just give me 1 second.
Okay.
Pull it up. And what's it titled? I've got a couple things on.
Case number 17DVH090520.
Alright. Do you know, is it titled, is it
Domestic Violence Protection Order.
Okay, I'm pulling that up right now.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. Okay. I'm pulled up.
Okay, now in this copy, is this a handwritten on the first page or is it typed on yours?
Handwritten.
Okay, all right, so we're on the same copy. Now in your copy, do you have a, excuse me, let me get the proper name for it, findings of fact and conclusions in your copy?
Let's see.
Because mine, this one that I have does not. It's been edited. It's been taken out.
For the ex parte, this one does not have findings of fact.
Okay, so I have the original, okay, that I was served with on October 11th that has the handwritten findings that have been deliberately tampered with and taken out of this restraining order. So both of these agree that you also are holding that version. Okay, all right, now, can you please take a look at the second restraining order that says February 23rd? With the same case number on it, 17DVH090520.
Okay.
And let me know when you get that.
I've got it pulled up.
Okay, now, do you see all the findings in the back with the fact findings on this one?
Real quick.
And do you see how it's dated February 5th? On the timestamp? On the fact-finding page?
February, let me look real quick.
Yeah. Go on the fact-finding page. The one that's missing. What? The fact-finding page, the part that's missing on this one, on the first restraining order. Now, the fact-finding page on the second restraining order, which I guess was the final judgment after, like, the second hearing on January 3rd that I was not notified about. The timestamp on that is February 5th on the top.
I'm seeing that. Yeah, that's the magistrate, the full hearing.
Okay, exactly. When it was filed. Okay, so if you will notice on page... Hold on, let me find it. 2 of the fact-finding page, on the bottom paragraph, or the one to the last, it says respondent was previously diagnosed with schizophrenia, bipolar, and with narcissistic personality disorder. That is absolutely untrue. And Family Services that has my case with them knows that that is absolutely untrue, because I have been diagnosed with PTSD for the past 10 years by psychiatrists and was on medication for it and have received no further diagnosis than that. And that is all verified by medical. And Family Services knows for a fact that's not true. And there is no medical record. Judge Fuller made that up. And that was not in the first restraining order and the facts and findings that I have the original copy of the complaints for. Are you following me?
If I can interrupt you, if you'll look, it does say that. It just says, as I read it, it just shows that that's what the magistrate found was the testimony of...
Okay, Okay, but that wasn't the original testimony in the first restraining order, and I have a copy of that. Okay, now I want you to look at page 3.
Okay.
Now on page 3, the fact that it says that I have a diagnosis of bipolar, schizophrenia, and narcissistic personality disorder is contradicted on the top of the page where it says petitioner requests that respondent obtain medical treatment and a proper diagnosis. Do you see that page, sir?
Yes.
Okay, so what Judge Fuller did was weave the first and second testimony together, and he didn't check his facts real fast because he had contradictions put on the very next page about the same situation.
Hold on, ma'am. It's not Judge Fuller did not write this. This is the magistrate.
Okay, so why does Judge Fuller say that he wrote it on page where it says, see magistrate's decision attached with order, which...
Well, again, ma'am, this is just saying at the full hearing that happened on January 3rd, that's what the petitioner, Kelly, I'm going to screw up his last name, Gargis, or...
Yeah, my half-sister, yes.
That's what all that's saying is that's what she said.
Okay, well, you can't say that I am diagnosed with bipolar, schizophrenia, and narcissistic personality disorder without a psychiatric diagnosis. That is absolutely illegal and defamation of character, to say the very least. Okay, it's totally perjurious, okay? And a reason that this restraining order is being justified, and it is untrue, okay? All right, second of all, I am not a sexual predator. I mean, I don't even know where that came from, okay? So anyways, I am well within my rights to have another hearing on this, but before we even get to that, can you please look up the judgment entry on the objections to magistrate's decision when I filed and started complaining about this situation? Do you have a copy of that, the judgment entry?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so do you see on the second line how it says the magistrate's decision was filed on February 5th?
Yes.
Okay, now, on the first one, says February 5th on the facts and finding and conclusions of law that is missing in the first tampered restraining order. Now, I want you to take a look.
The first one would not have the February 5th entry.
Okay.
That was done before February 5th.
I understand that. Now take a look at the second restraining order on the second date. Exactly. The one would be before that. I understand that. It would be September 22nd, which it was. Then the facts and finding is February 5th, which will be when the whole document was filed. Okay? Please take a look at the second page of the second restraining order, sir.
Okay.
Do you see what timestamp it says? February 23rd.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to explain that. That was 2 days after I showed my proof that Kelly Gargis was lying and perjuring herself, and that Family Services knew it regarding my custody case, saying that I had shown up to threaten to kidnap my daughter when Family Services had been constructed or to conceal my daughter's whereabouts, okay, by the sheriff's office and by the FBI, okay, that was chasing me from Las Vegas, all right? And so they went along with it, okay, and I showed my evidence of this in court to Magistrate Stroud and Renell Nagel via text on the 21st, and your Judge Fuller went in and weaved the two testimonies together, took the first testimony out of the first restraining order, and totally fraudulently made two documents, and I'm sitting on the first copy of the restraining order that has the actual witness testimony in it. That has none of this in it that's in the second restraining order. That's filed on the wrong date. 2 days after, I gave them my order when the first one was filed by its own date on February 5th. Do you understand? And it contradicts itself. It says I'm diagnosed, and then it says needs proper diagnosis, because they were both weaved together.
Well, again, ma'am, it's not. That's just what the witness stated at trial.
Sir, you cannot explain those timestamps. You can't explain oh, and let me go in the back of the judgment entry with you. And I have a witness on this. Do you see how it says counsel for respondent, Renell Nagel? Saying that she was the one that gave me the notification of the hearing? That's my attorney, my ex-attorney for this. I just hired a new attorney. that's my ex-attorney for this, she, by text, said she never got the notification, okay? And she's the one that gave me your number to call.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, she called. Yep, there was a mistake. Someone had her listed as your attorney, and we got that taken care of. She's no longer listed.
Okay, well, I never received a copy of this judgment, and I need a new hearing, and I need this investigated immediately.
Well, we can't do anything unless something's actually filed with us.
What do you mean? It is filed with you. It's in Delaware.
I know, but ma'am, there's nothing pending before us right now.
Okay, well, I am opening up something with you. I have been writing back and forth, okay, and he's trying to not able to make me file with them under false timelines, okay, and I'm going back and forth with it. And I also have a letter from hold on, Natalie Fravel, stating that if I want to file, to go ahead and do it. So I definitely need you to look into this, because I'm definitely filing again. And I'm attempting to file now, and I have permission from, this isn't just going to you, it's going to the commissioners as well. You're going to get my whole file on this. I've already mailed it to you, of all of my evidence. If you wish to file a new case or reactivate a closed case, please include the appropriate filing fees. Okay? So that's what I'm getting ready to do. And before I go ahead and do this, I need you to, look into it, because I would have already, I'm doing it. Okay?
Well, I can't do anything for you, ma'am, other than...
Okay. Well, here's the deal, is that